Hi, I'm the Mike in michaelbearvoice.com. The other day I had an epiphany, which is not surprising perhaps, because as I record this, the other day was Epiphany, January 6th, which is a big day in the Christian calendar. It's when the wise men showed up to Bethlehem, having seen the light of the star over the cradle on the 25th of December, and it took them that long to pack up and tootle off to Bethlehem. It's also the anniversary of the Capitol riots in Washington, D.C. in the States. So those two things are very momentous occasions. My epiphany, not nearly so much. My own epiphany came as the result of a very kind and complimentary comment I received on my YouTube series on the building of this, my acoustically isolated home-based recording studio. I had produced a series of videos. The comment said essentially, this is the best series that I've seen. It was well made, they were informed, they were humorous, but didn't understand why it took almost a year, the videos are a year old, for the YouTube algorithm to show them, to present them in the feed of this commenter. And the commenter said that they had been using pretty definite search terms as well. So something of a surprise, and it aligned with my own surprise that the videos that I made did not do that well. So I put these videos out there on YouTube and thought, come and get them. LMA in the kitchen. No, it didn't happen. Nobody saw them. Relatively speaking, nobody saw them. So I realized that I have a lot of work to do to understand and learn more about algorithms and SEO. I need to bend a knee at the altar in the Church of SEO and pray to the God of algorithms. What I need is to understand the liturgy. I need to understand the liturgy. I need to know what they're saying. I need to know what these incantations mean, so that when I pray to the gods of algorithm, there's a good chance I'll be heard. What I realized in doing a little more research into it is that my titling was likely the culprit as to why these videos didn't get seen. Not the titling of the videos themselves, because I think that's pretty clear. Building a home-based recording studio, part 5 Windows, or whatever it happened to be. I had subtitles, I had a narrative description on each video with keywords placed. I did all of those things that I thought one needed to do. Where I went wrong, I think, is in titling the file that I uploaded to YouTube. When I exported the files, I simply called them part 5 Windows, part 6 Drywall, or whatever. Google doesn't understand what that means. Google will understand building an acoustically isolated recording studio for Voiceover, part 5 Windows, or whatever that happens to be. I understand now that it's important to align the title of your file with the title of your video. It's kind of what is seen above the water versus what's seen below the water. And it's below the water where I need to do the work, I think. So I should say also that when I produced the videos, I had stripped this room to the studs to build the studio, and I thought simply that I would produce a series of videos on them, partly out of interest, partly because I have a decades-long background in television and media production, and for me it was a very creative thing to do. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed making the videos. My business doesn't depend on traction on YouTube. It doesn't depend on that. But it was a curiosity to me, and this feedback that I received made me rethink it. So I'm going to go back in, I'm going to re-edit or clean up these videos, I'm going to re-export them. I changed some of my branding, so it gives me an opportunity to tidy them up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to re-upload them to YouTube as part of a new series. Unfortunately, I lose all of the metadata, but that doesn't really matter because, as I've said, it was almost non-existent in terms of viewers. There is things I have to do to maintain the subtitling and the descriptors, but that's easy. That's more administrative. A little bit of work to make it happen, but I will make it happen so that I can learn a bit more. So the next time I send a prayer out there to the gods of algorithm, I can hope that they're listening.